दवाई ली तो जैसे ही एक गोली लेते हो आपको बहुत आनंद आता है और आप सोचते हो कि ठीक है, अब ये ले लिया है, आगे कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है, जब सिर दर्द होगा तब लेंगे। लेकिन जब आप ऐसा करते हो तो क्या हो रहा है, केवल सिम्टोमेटिक ट्रीटमेंट हो रहा है। मतलब ठीक है, दर्द हुआ, दवाई ली, चला गया, लेकिन आपको रूट कॉज नहीं मिल रहा है, क्यों सर दर्द हो रहा है। तो अच्छे डॉक्टर के पास जाओगे तो वो केवल सर दर्द की गोली नहीं देगा, वो आपके सर दर्द का कारण ढूंढेगा। तो हो सकता है आपका सर दर्द ब्लड प्रेशर के कारण हो सकता है आपका सर दर्द कुछ पेट की बीमारी के कारण हो सकता है आपका सर दर्द पानी की कमी के कारण हो, कुछ भी। तो अच्छा डॉक्टर कौन है, वो रूट पे जाएगा। अच्छा, आपका सर दर्द पेट की बीमारी के कारण है, तो मुझे सर दर्द की दवाई नहीं देनी है, मुझे पेट की दर्द, पेट साफ या पेट अच्छा करने की दवाई देनी है। तो वो दवाई देता है और वो आपको बोलता है एक सुबह एक दोपहर एक शाम को लेना है। आपको अच्छा नहीं लगता 3 3 बार दवाई लेना, लेकिन आप लेते हो क्योंकि आपको पता है कि वो लेने से फिर सर दर्द की दवाई लेनी नहीं पड़ेगी, हमेशा हम अच्छे से रह सकेंगे। तो इसी तरह जो आनंद आपको एक दो बार कभी कभी जब करने से आता है, आपको ऐसा लगता है कि आप भगवान से कनेक्ट हो रहे हो, तो वो बहुत अच्छा है। लेकिन उसको कंटिन्यूस लेने के लिए हमें रूट पर जाना होगा। और इसीलिए जो बताया जाता है कि रोज अगर हम जप करें, अर्थात रोज ये दवाई लें, तो धीरे धीरे जो कारण है जिससे हम यहाँ एंजाइटी में हैं, स्ट्रेस में हैं, चिंताओं में हैं, वो कारण खत्म होगा। और फिर हमारा जो आनंद जो हमें नहीं मिल रहा है, कभी कभी मिलता है, वो सतत कंटिन्यूस मिलेगा। देखिए हम लोग जो यहाँ पर है ना सब, हम लोगों को कंटिन्यूस आनंद में रहना चाहिए, हैप्पीनेस। ये कभी कभी की हैप्पीनेस नहीं है, कंटिन्यूस हैप्पीनेस होनी चाहिए। क्यों नहीं होती है, कभी ना कभी कोई प्रॉब्लम हो जाती है लाइफ में, कभी कुछ चीज़ें आ जाती हैं, स्ट्रेस आ जाती है, एंजाइटी आती है, रिवर्सल्स आते हैं, हम हमेशा खुश नहीं रह पाते हैं। लेकिन रहना चाहिए, क्योंकि हमारा स्वभाव है। तो इसीलिए उस तक पहुंचने के लिए हमें रोज ये जप को करना चाहिए। तो सबसे पहले आप इसको रोज करिए, बिना, जैसे मेडिसिन लेनी है बस, चाहे अच्छा लगे या ना लगे, उसको लीजिए। फिर धीरे धीरे आनंद आने लगेगा। जैसे किसी को बीमारी होती है, कोई रोग होता है, विशेष करके जॉन्डिस हो जाता है, तो जॉन्डिस में जो शुगर है वो स्वीट नहीं लगती है, लेकिन उसका इलाज क्या है, कुछ शुगर लेता रहे, शुगर कैंडी टेस्ट करता रहे, धीरे धीरे टेस्ट आ जाता है। बस इसी तरह हमें कंटिन्यूसली ये जब करते रहना। थैंक यू वेरी मच, आपने बहुत अच्छा कहा। सो यस, ये चैंटिंग जो है ये हमारा कनेक्शन है भगवान से, इसीलिए हम इसको रोज करते हैं। थैंक यू। और कोई? यस, शुभ्र ज्योति। यस मैम।
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I'm Shubhajiti's wife, Anindita.
ओके।
Actually, for me, I have observed I get more connected when I sing, when I do kirtan, more than chanting. So, when I do chanting, my mind diverts. But when I really sing from inside, even if I do alone in front of God, when I just in my praying room, on my puja room, I get really connected, and sometimes I feel like automatically water comes from my eyes. So,
Right.
what do you suggest? Like, because I get diverted when I chant, sometimes I feel like I'm not there.
Okay, very nice.
So, what
Thank
do you
you.
suggest?
Yes. I
Correct.
suggest you do both. Because when you are doing kirtan, when you are singing, then definitely you're feeling a connection and you're liking it. But you know, sometimes this liking could be like when we are doing something in this world also, we feel a sort of happiness, we feel a sort of enjoyment. So that can be same, like say suppose you're singing a movie song and you like it, Similarly, when you're chanting, you like it. So it could be that. I'm not saying it is, it could be. At the same time, it could be that you're feeling a connection with the Lord by singing, so that you should continue, definitely. But at the same time, we also know that along with just something which we like, which we also need to do certain thing which is required. So see, in this life, we have two things. One which I like, one which I need. I may not like what I need. Like, say, for example, a person who is sick, he may not like medicine, but then it is his need. He has to take it. The other side is he may like to eat something, he may like to drink something, which is nice. So I suggest that you should continue singing because that definitely will have the connection. But at the same time, what happens when we chant? Mind starts wandering here and there. But we should continue to chant because that is a symptom that by chanting, the cleaning is going on. You know what kind of cleaning? I gave example like suppose you lock your room for about a month or a 2 month, and then you go out somewhere after 2 months, you come and open your house and then the room, and you see nothing wrong. It's all clean because as you had left. But then when you start brooming it, then you start seeing the dust coming up. The dust had accumulated, which you can't be seen. So then, similarly, when we chant, it is like cleaning our mind. And when the cleaning starts, the dust comes up, and that dust is where the mind starts wandering, doesn't allow you to focus. So then it means the chanting is working. And I suggest that you should do the both. Maybe you can divide your time, give 10 minutes for chanting, and then whole day for singing. Does that sound good?
And thank you, Prabhuji.
So I'll
Yeah,
be,
it's good.
yeah, so you should chant for some time and then keep on singing. Singing can be done anytime, even while cooking, you can sing.
Yeah, I think while cooking, but
Yeah.
what I was saying, like when I listen to song, other music, because I'm a music lover. But like generally, I don't cry. But when I really like feel the devotion or any Hare Krishna music, some of them are really meditative. So that time I feel like crying. I feel like very divine. I feel very, very divine.
That's very good.
Like
That means,
not normal songs what we listen.
yeah, that is very good. That means
I even say to my
you are
friends,
getting some good results of your singing, that you feel like that. So there is nothing wrong in that, but continue to sing at the same time, continue to chant also. You'll see the result in both. The same result which you are seeing in singing, you will see in chanting also after some time. And that is the perfection we want to
yeah,
achieve.
thank you, Prabhuji.
I
Hare
have a
Krishna.
question.
Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu, I am Shubhra Jyoti. Sorry. I'm
yes, I
her husband.
remember we met there. I remember you very
Yes,
well.
yes. And thank you, Prabhu, for the honor and the respect I got from you. I told Rupesh Bhai very regularly, like Prabhu gave me such love, such honor. In fact, I attended few of your classes and so much felt blessed and divine because of your love, honor, and respect that day, Prabhu, in Swindon. So, Prabhu, I have got a question. In fact, my experience, and of course, what I say is absolute truth. I am chanting for the last 22 years actually, because since 2002, I am associated with ISKCON, ISKCON Bank. In fact, I was a patronage over there and part of ISKCON Bank in all their activities, duties, practice from morning 4 a.m., whatever be the protocols during those days, actually, much before marriage. But I do not have any results of chanting. So I don't know whether I'm practicing, whether I'm a practicing religious person or a practicing ritualistic person, because you know what I think actually I heard from certain lectures actually. Ritualities, religious and radicalism, they have a big overlap, but there is a thin line of discrimination. So that's what my chanting didn't change my nature. Didn't have like whatever you were saying. You said I didn't give any connectivity or any sort of vibrations in me. I never felt like crying. Okay. But whenever I go to certain temples, not all temples, I tell you, like Birmingham Balaji Temple or the temple in Scanderville or the ISKCON Watford Temple, I feel very connected, or the ISKCON London Temple as well, or certain temples in India, I feel connected. Very few actually, it's just a handful of temples, not all the temples. We go, we get connected. Sometimes I can feel connected if people do kirtan, suppose my wife does kirtan or Shakrash Prabhu does kirtan, but only few. Or even if I listen on the YouTube, like Radhika Das or any good kirtan singers. Even I felt connected with in your kirtan as well whenever you sang in Swindon Temple. That was also very nice. So that's what 22 years I have passed. I have been chanting. No difference in my activities, no difference in my nature. I never felt connected actually. And this is the truth actually, you know. So how
So
to come?
what's the question?
So the question is how to get connected, or am
Thank
I not doing anything right, or what is it actually, you know? And
So
I
I
chant
read,
multiple.
yeah, sorry, you've gone on mute. Can you unmute yourself? Yeah. So I was, after hearing this, that you've been chanting and you're not feeling connected, I was just remembering, I read somewhere a very nice thing. It was said that a person, uh, he said that for last 30 years I'm married. And for 30 years, every day I'm eating, my wife prepares nice food. And for last 30 years I have been eating. But if you ask me now, I don't even remember a single menu that, this was with this was with this. I'm just eating. So though I don't remember menu, anything like that, but I still know that because of that eating, I'm surviving. That much I know, which is true, right? We are eating, so we are surviving. You may not remember that what your wife cooked last week. Do you remember?
Um, last year, the normal food, home food, rice.
The normal,
Uh,
normal is there. Full menu. What was there?
no, no, I don't remember.
So we don't remember, right? No one remembers. It's not
No
like
one.
it's normal. So the thing is that though you don't remember, but still you know at least that that is what is nourishing your body. Similarly, when we chant the holy name or when we read Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, we may not remember, we may not get connected. That's okay. Why? Because it is working. See, chanting is like fire. Whether you put your hand knowingly or unknowingly, it is going to have the effect. So similarly, you have been chanting for so many years, you may not feel the connection. That's fine. But please understand that the soul within this body where you are definitely is getting the benefit because this is a transcendental sound. So, as sometimes it happens, the person feels the effect immediately, and sometimes maybe after a few years or maybe after a lot of them. But then, whenever it gets, it comes like, I'll give you another example. I don't know whether you're aware in Japan, they have bamboo trees. Of course, we have in India also, but Japan is special in the sense that they plant the bamboo tree even in India and in Japan. So, especially in Japan, what happens? They plant the bamboo tree, a particular kind of thing. They go on watering it. So, they don't see anything in the first year. They go on watering it. Second year, nothing. Just they see some kind of, thing coming out of it. So they are, small. So it goes on like for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. You don't see. In the fifth year, the bamboo starts growing. And within 6 months, it grows to 100 feet high. Now, can you imagine? For 4 years, nothing was there. So person was going on putting water without seeing any result. But then when the result came, suddenly within 6 months it was 100 feet high. Because what was happening, to go to 100 feet high, you need a strong base. So for those 4 years, the base was being created, which was not seen. But then when it came, it just shot so much so that they can hold the bamboo. So similarly, I feel what is going on in your case is the strong base is being made. And when the tree will shoot, so within few months you will achieve the perfection. That's what I can see. So please go on making your base very strong, because this chanting, it does not work on body, it works on the soul. So our understanding is that when you chant, definitely the soul is being nourished. And the soul is being nourished, we will definitely realize the potency of it. And at the same time, you have not given up. You have been chanting, but you have not stopped. Okay, I don't get any connection, just forget it. That itself is a proof that you are feeling connected. Otherwise, why will someone do something where there is nothing, no gain? Like, suppose if I tell you, ki you take this medicine, within 15 days you'll get benefit. You have been taking for 2 months, nothing happening. Will you change the medicine or you'll just continue? No, no, no problem. I have been told I'll continue. No, after 1 month you'll say nothing. I want to change the medicine. But here you're not changing. That means the benefit is there, which is not being seen. Second thing, your connection. When you go to certain people or certain temple, then only you get connection. That is natural. You see, Krishna has different forms. Every temple has different forms. Like our ISKCON temple, you have Giridhari, you have Ras Bihari, you have Gopinath, you have Govinda, you have Gopal. So many forms are there. And every temple you will see form. So why is it that Krishna has so many names and forms? It should have been only one. Radha Krishna, that's all. And only one form. No change. But you see, every temple you go, you see changed form of Krishna. The reason is given in Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam says that Lord takes the form as per the desire of the devotee. So that is why when you desire something, a particular form is there and you get attracted to that form only. Other forms you definitely respect, but then attraction is for one form. And this is natural for all devotees, even our ISKCON devotees. Some devotees like Radha Shyam Sundar in Vrindavan, some like Radha Madhav in Mayapur, some like, other Radha Govinda in Tirupati. So it's different thing. So there is no harm because it is something personal. This is not something impersonal that we say, okay, you have to be attracted to all the forms. No, personal connection is there. Because of personal connection, that is natural that you will be attracted to some and you'll not be feeling that connection with others. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it answers my questions, but it's been 22 years, which is a very long time actually. And honestly, like, the change which I would like to see in myself is similar to what I have seen in Rupesh Prabhu. He is very divine and very a different type of personality actually. But I have been practicing for 22 years, or maybe I am so called practicing to be truthful actually, isn't it? Right? Like, yes, I'm chanting, spending 1.5 hours or 1 hour every day, but still I haven't become as divine as Rupesh or anyone
Maybe,
else.
maybe you are meant for a different job. Krishna is using everyone in a different way. So he gives some things to some person and some other thing to some person. And he will reveal. So I suggest what two things. Definitely Krishna will reveal at time, but other things, let's discuss about your chanting some other time.
Sure,
Personally,
sure. Yeah.
how how are you chanting and what changes can be brought so that it can improve? We'll discuss definitely.
And also maybe on the personality development as well. Whatever we discussed last week, of
Sure.
course, it was a huge topic. Talk maybe later on we'll speak. Thank you, bro.
Definitely. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Anyone else who would like to say something since you have been chanting for a week now? I'm seeing some new names are here. So in case you wish to speak something, I know it is very difficult to speak. People feel so shy. What should I speak? Okay, so I'm really grateful, and I really encourage you that please continue to chant, whether you get that happiness, whether you get that connection, or you don't get, but please continue to chant because this is going to help you a lot. When we chant regularly, what happens? So, when we are talking of chanting, what is chanting? We should understand. Chanting is actually a prayer. When we are saying this Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this is basically a prayer. Prayer means we are praying to the Supreme Lord, we are praying to the energy, please keep me engaged in the service. So it should be done in a prayerful mode. So first thing we should understand when we are chanting, it should be done in a prayerful mode. It's a prayer. So also we should give an honor while chanting, respect to the name of Krishna. Like when we go to the temple, what we do, we take off our shoes, we bow down, so many things. So similarly, when you see the form of the Lord, you give respect, same respect should be given to the holy name also. The chanting is also a service. So it is a prayer definitely, but it is also a service. How is it a service? Because when you're chanting the holy name, it definitely you are in a mood, you should be in a mood that, okay, I'm offering a service to God. I'm offering the service to the Supreme Personality. I'm thankful to the God. Actually, it is also a form of showing our gratitude to God. That I'm very thankful to the Lord that He is bestowing His mercy upon me. Many times in our life, we don't see the mercy which is being showered upon us by the Lord. What we see are the only problems. But Lord is showering mercy all the time. He's protecting us. He's giving us everything. He's bringing us closer to Him. So it is His mercy. So we should always acknowledge that mercy by showing our gratitude. And I'll tell you, when you continue to chant, your tolerance will increase. Your patience will increase. Otherwise it's so difficult to develop these qualities. Having patience, having tolerance, very, very difficult. Many times we feel like that. I should not have done like this. I should not have acted like this. But then it happens. We are not able to control, we are not able to tolerate, and many things come up. Anger comes up. So chanting will help us develop this tolerance. And whenever you're chanting and mind is giving difficulty, you should tolerate. So develop that patience, develop that determination. Yes, I have to do it. And remember the importance of chanting, that it is so important. It's my connection to the Lord. So in this mood, we should continue to chant. Chanting will really help. The benefits are a lot. The first benefit of chanting, which I can think of, is controlling the mind. This is called mantra. Why we are saying mantra meditation? Manah trayate iti mantra. The deliverer of the mind is called mantra. So that is why we should be very carefully chanting this, because it will help us control our mind. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, one who can conquer the mind, he can achieve me. He also says that you make your mind the best friend. If you don't, then the mind will be your worst enemy. So the chanting will turn the greatest enemy into the best friend. And if the mind becomes your best friend, then you can do wonders in this world. Second effect of chanting is it helps us to understand the self. We have become so accustomed to this world where we are that we have forgotten our true self. That's why it's so important to regain that, to be reminded about your true self. You see, unless you know that, it is very difficult to be happy and peaceful in this life. Let me give you an example. Suppose you lose your identity. Now you know yourself. I am this, I am that, I am Rupesh, I am Arpana, I am Narayan, I am Savita. Okay, you have this identity. Suppose you lose this identity. And suddenly, like in movies, you see sometimes people get hurt and then, oh, where am I? Who am I? That kind of thing. It happens in the movies. Suppose you lose your identity, how will you be happy? You will have everything at your disposal. You'll have a good house, you'll have money, but you'll always be thinking, what's this? Actually, who am I? Am I right person to do this? Am I wrong? What is it? That's what is happening to us in this world. We have lost our identity. We do not know about self. Prabhupada used to explain that in the universities, we are learning about automobiles, we are learning about technology, we are learning about the science, rocket science. What about self? The happiness, peace will come when we know about the self. So chanting helps us to come to that position where we can find ourselves. So when we chant Hare Krishna, we realize that we are pure. Every one of us, we are all pure. We realize it by chanting. We are pure, changeless spirit soul. Because this mantra is a pure spiritual vibration and it can help us develop the consciousness to understand ourselves. So that's why we should always be in that, because you see, unless you know yourself, you'll be in fear, as I gave example. So we have developed fear so much. We have fear of death, we have fear of old age, we have fear of disease, we have fear of loss of beauty, intelligence, strength, so many things. So we need to know ourselves to come out of this. The third effect is it helps us find real happiness. I'll tell you, the happiness what we have in this world is just a gap between two miseries. One problem is gone, other is about to come. In between, we feel we are happy. That's not happiness. Real happiness is when you chant the holy name, then you try to understand that what is real happiness. People write a lot of books, hunting of happiness. So chanting of the Hare Krishna allows us to share our contact with God and leading us to the real happiness, not the material happiness. Material happiness, okay, what are the symptoms of material happiness, what we are experiencing? It is that material happiness has limitation. And material happiness comes with misery. In India, they made a movie called Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum. So that is the thing. You cannot be happy all the time. Of course, you cannot be miserable all the time. So happiness of this world comes with a package. Along with that, you will get miseries. And it is limited. It like, suppose you like something to eat, for example. Maybe one of you like gulab jamun a lot. How many can you eat? You can eat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or maybe 10, 15. After that, if the same gulab jamun comes in front of you, you don't want to look at it. Oh no, I can't eat more. The happiness which you were getting is finished. Gulab jamun is same, you are same, but what has happened? What has changed? You can't take happiness from the same thing because that happiness was limited. And we as soul, we will be satisfied only with the unlimited happiness, not with the limited happiness. Okay, today I'm happy, tomorrow I'll not be. Or I'm afraid. When we have happiness, we have a fear. I should not lose it. Don't you think that is there? You have someone very close to you. Yeah, he's loving you. He's giving you all comfort, care, and then you start feeling scared, fearful. I should not lose this person. What will happen if I lose this person? All my happiness will be gone. So even within the happiness, you are experiencing misery. But real happiness, there's no fear. We are not fearful that I may lose this because it is real. It is not illusory. It is not temporary. So that happiness we should try to achieve. And that can be achieved by chanting the holy name. When we chant the holy name, we really find that happiness. And of course, if you chant attentively, if you chant in a very nice way, the most important benefit of chanting is love of God. This chanting of Hare Krishna can take us, can revive that love which we have. And again, let me tell you, when we talk of love, what is real love? In this world, what we have is not real love, it's purely business. You may feel hurt when I say like this. Say, no, 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 in my family loves me and I love my family, it's pure love. No, it's based on certain things. Love means where you are just giving, you're not expecting anything. Love means which cannot be stopped by any condition. Love means where you feel what you want to do for other person. Real love. So that love we can experience when we get connected to God. Because we just want to give. We don't expect. See, when we go to the temple, when we go to the churches, when we go to the mosque and just ask the Lord, oh Lord, please give me this, please give me that. You are my father, you have to give me. This is business. What is love? Oh Lord, I have come to you. Please tell me what I can do for you. What I can do, what I can give. That is love. I have not come here to ask anything. You have given me enough. You have given me this body. You have given me this intelligence. You have given me a mind by which I can think about you. You have given me a tongue. I can chant your name. You have given me hands. I can serve you. Enough. Tell me what I can do for you. This mood of giving is real love. And this love never stops even after you die. See, everything you have in this life will be finished the moment you die. You're not going to carry your loved ones with you. And of course, you should not. It's not a good idea. But you're not going to carry your loved ones. You're not going to carry your money. You're not going to carry your police position, power, or whatever influence or image. Everything finishes. And you take a new birth. Go into the new body, and you don't even remember who you were in your last life. You may be a very big politician. You may be a very big king. You may be a very wealthy person. You don't remember. So everything gets finished at the time of death. But this love, the love between the soul and the God, it remains forever, even after you die. And that is why we see amongst thousands of people, some of them take up to Krishna consciousness, take up to devotion, take up to going to God so quickly. And for others, we go on telling them, please chant the holy name. They say, no. Please take the name of God. They say, no. Why? Because the connection is not there. We are able to take it so easily because in previous lives we were connected to God and that connection is continuing. So that is why this love, it doesn't stop even at death. And that is why we should try to chant the holy name to achieve these results. control of mind. And of course, as I said, the most important benefit is chanting by getting the love and understanding self, finding happiness. These are the things which we get by chanting. So that's why, even though initially it may look like a ritualistic thing, okay, take the chanting bead and start chanting, but that ritualistic thing will take us to real love, even though it may take time. And even if that real love is not coming, suppose I'm not experiencing the tears in my eyes. I'm chanting, but I'm not experiencing anything, no problem. Do it, because this is what love is. No expectation. In real love, there is no expectation. In this world's love, there is always expectation. Suppose if I say I love someone, I have some expectation that person should love me, that person should do this for me. And if I person should not insult me. I was talking to one person, and one he was not ready to accept this. He said, "No, I love my sister and I don't expect anything from her." I said, "Tomorrow, if she starts insulting you, throwing things at you, she doesn't talk to you properly, are you going to love her the same way?" And then he took a pause. I said, "This pause says that you won't. Otherwise, you would have straight away said, 'Yes, let her kill me, I'll still love her.'" That doesn't happen. But in this devotion, this continues because we have no expectation. It is said, if you love someone, don't have any expectation. Leave him. If he loves you, he'll come back to you. So similarly, when we love God, we don't expect anything. We don't expect him to take care of us. We don't expect him to do everything for us. We don't expect him to even love us. What we expect is that I'm loving you. That is my happiness. You love me, you don't love me, that's your problem. I love you. That's what the real love is. Where there is no expectation, the only desire is to give, and it never stops even after our death. If you find these three things anywhere in this world, you can call it love. So that love, that achievement we are trying to get through chanting of the holy name. And it is the only way in present times. Because in present times where we are, we cannot do very strict things like going to Himalayas and standing on one leg and trying to achieve God or trying to please God. No need. Simple, wherever you are, just be there, chant the holy name every day. Krishna will be pleased. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. And I would like to read messages here. Tejas, we want to share that always I can feel purity after chanting without any emotions except devotion, and feel to sing more and more. Thank you. Yes, so that should be there. When we are chanting, the first thing is that purity. What we require in life is purity. The love will come because of purity, not of contamination. Because contamination makes it again business. So we need to have that. Thank you for sending that comment. Okay, before we wind up, it's time. We have only 4 minutes left. I think that's what the time was. So any of you have to say anything, ask anything before we wind up, because generally I like to start on time and end on time, and I don't want to take your time further. We have, as per my watch, we have only 4 minutes left for this session to end. Yes, Savita, you would like to say something?
Yeah, just one question. As you explain about love, it's very maybe I haven't reached to that level, but what I'm trying to say is now I'm chanting this bit for God. So somewhere I feel like even I'm selfish because I started it now, and I have something to get my selfishness. That's why I started doing that. So is it not? I don't know whether it feel me like guilty. So is it not a selfishness of mine?
It is said in the scripture,
Mm-hmm.
if you have no desire at all, come to God. If you have a desire for liberation, come to God. And also said, if you have a lot of desires, come to God. Because what happens is, see, we cannot reach what I'm speaking of is the highest stage,
Mm-hmm.
right? If I don't tell you that, you should have a goal to achieve. We have not achieved that place. That is nice. We have not reached that place. No problem. But at least we should know the goal, that where we are supposed to go. So, what should be done? Ki yes, you may have some desire, that's fine. Dhruv Maharaj, I'll give you a small story. Dhruv Maharaj, he went to God. When God appeared to him, he went with desire. He wanted a very big kingdom. That was his desire. But when God appeared to him, he just looking at God, he just forgot everything. He said, I don't want anything. So this is the thing, that even with the desires, if you go to God, He will purify and turn it into love. So we don't have to worry. Even if you have desire, even if you call it selfishness, it is better than getting things of the world. It is better that we are trying to get something from Lord. So I feel it is nice. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, because you explain the love without expectation. So somewhere I feel like we as a human being, somewhere we also have some kind of expectation from God. But yeah, maybe we
Then
will
go,
achieve till
go
that.
forward. Don't worry.
Okay. Dhanyavad.
Thank you. Anandita?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So I
Great.
have a question because you are explaining about love. When we love, if it is unconditional also, we get attached. But in Bhagavad Gita is saying attachment is not good. So that is my question. Like when we love someone or God also, we get attached. We have obsession. So is it good or bad?
Just 1 minute. I'll put the wire here. Sorry, because I'm continuously giving classes, my laptop's battery was going down. Okay. So yes, attachment you said, and attachment is not good. Bhagavad Gita says, so we get attached to God also. So is that good or it's not good? Srimad Bhagavatam, a very nice verse comes. It is spoken by Lord Kapila. It says that if you have attachment to anything in this world, it will bind you in this world. So it is not good. That's but
Hmm.
then this eva, if that attachment is towards God, that is the perfection. So Bhagavad Gita never says that you should not have attachment to God. It says you should not have attachment to anything of this material world. If that was the case, Krishna would never say Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja. Give up everything and come to me. He would never say Manmana Bhavamad Bhakto Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru. That become my devotee, offer obeisances to me. This is all because when we have attachment to something of this world, this is temporary. The same attachment when we have towards God, that is eternal, permanent. And so we are trying to develop that attachment. So that attachment should be there because that is in purified form. See, everything in this world can be purified, like desires. If I tell you, you should not have any desire, is it possible?
No.
You are a living being, right? You're a human.
Yes.
You're not a robot or something that you don't have any desire. So what we do by bhakti, we don't say no desire at all. We say desire spiritually, desire for Lord, not for yourself. When you desire for only yourself, that is called selfishness. When you desire for the Lord, that is called devotion. So if you are getting attached to God, wonderful. That is the purpose of chanting, to develop that attachment. So
Then
there's
then there will be happiness always. Is it
yes.
happiness means lightness? What is happiness actually? What does it mean? The
See,
by
happiness.
spirituality.
Sorry, the last
Like
part.
we if we love any food, we eat that, we feel happy. Like, or any, if I love music, when I listen to my favorite music, I feel happy. But I don't know how to express happiness. Like, what is the word? Is it lightness? Sometimes, like I was saying, like that happiness is different. When you are crying with happiness, that happiness is different from a
Yes.
materialistic happiness. So that is, I
See,
feel like lightness, like you will feel light from inside.
right, right. So that happiness where you just feel light is not actual happiness, because you were carrying a burden and somehow the burden has been gone and you feel that I'm happy. But that's not. Say for example, you are having fever 102 degree and then you become normal. Now, just coming out of 102 degree, is it happiness? Becoming normal? No. Now, after being normal, you will do certain thing which will bring happiness. So when we think of lightness, that is just because we feel that it was too much of a pressure. Now, okay, let me relax. That's called relaxation. That may not be called happiness. So now, what is happiness? Again, it is not something of a feeling that, okay, I'm just feeling light. Happiness is like you may not feel light, like as you said, when the tears are in your eyes, you don't feel light because you're feeling some separation, but still the happiness is there. Even in the tears, there is happiness. That is not the happiness of the world, right? Like generally, of course, in the world also, we when we feel very happy, tears come in our eyes. People
Yes.
start getting tears. But that is very temporary. So, this is what the whole thing is about. That experience of having temporary happiness should continue with us all the time. So, we are trying that let's not experience that happiness only for certain time, experience it for the long time, always. So, that experience is something beyond what we generally experience. So that happiness will come, like happiness of, say, for example, giving is much more than the happiness of taking.
Mm.
Both are happiness, isn't it? When you take something, you feel very happy. When you give it, in fact, you are giving it, you're losing something in material terms, you're losing something. Say, for example, there is a poor man who's suffering. He doesn't have anything to eat, and you look at him and you just go and give a plate of food to him. Okay, take this, eat. You have given up something, your money has gone or whatever, but you feel happy. I've done something for this person. So the happiness of giving is higher than the happiness of accepting. Similarly, happiness of serving is higher than the happiness of being served. And so in devotion, we are trying to serve the Lord, and that happiness is something really, as they call, out of this world. That's transcendental. Once you experience that, no other happiness will be there. Like people, they give up everything. Why do they give up? We have in our movement, there are preachers who could have been very, very successful in material life.
Mm.
They are from IITs, this and that, they could be, but they just give up all that thing because they understand that in front of the happiness which I'm receiving here, this is nothing. So that experience we really want, where we don't have, of course, I don't mean that you give up everything. I mean that you continuously experience that happiness. And that will come when you get connected to God, definitely. Does that answer your question or you look confused?
I'm not confused, but there's so many questions, but our time is limited. That's why I don't want to like ask any more question because you have got limited time. But next time, definitely I'll ask more question because I feel like when we do our duties, like if I love, if I don't love my daughter, if I don't get attached, I can't do my duties. If I always feel no, I don't want to. I feel I like teach her not to get attached to anyone, but I'm also attached. So it's teaching is something, and I'm thinking in a different way. So I feel like is it very easy to
As
do?
long
So I
as
will
long
get
as
detached.
as long as that attachment is to perform your duty, there is nothing wrong. But when the
Okay.
attachment is that only I can do it, only I
Mm-hmm.
can raise my child, only if I don't do it,
Oh,
that kind of attachment is wrong. But as long as for
okay.
duty, why not? You should have. Like say, if you're doing some other work also, and you're doing it as a duty. So you're going for a job, you're doing it as a duty. Okay, you're not there for, okay, I love my colleagues, or I love my boss, or others, and nothing like that. I'm doing it as a duty, but you're still attached. That you have to go on time, you have to do all the things. You don't take leave because you feel, oh, I have some work, it will be pending, let me go and complete. So similarly,
Responsibility.
responsible. As long as there, that is good. You should have. Otherwise, how will you raise the child?
Mm-hmm.
So
Because
that
I sometimes we get attached to people too much. Because in my house there was a guy, his name was Matt. He used to live with us. So when he left, my daughter started crying. So I was just teaching her not to like attach. He will come, and he left happily. So that is the main concern. He will come back again. So it's good.
well, we should know that we don't have a stone here.
Yeah. I
Okay.
was thinking like that. So let him free. Like you free. I'll be happy. He was saying you will be upset to listen to the news, and I said no, I'm happy for you because you are happy. The first few days I was a little bit upset. Then now I made me understand. No, I can't be upset because he is happy, so I should be happy. So this kind of thing I'm just asking. It is
You know,
difficult
with
sometimes.
this, I just got an idea. I think we have a. Do we have a Rupesh Pro, Nayan Pro, do we have a WhatsApp group for these, just these people who are chanting? Only for these. Do we have it or no?
I think we have.
You have, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
Prabhu, we have. Yeah.
So what can be done is you can add me in that group, and all of you can start asking your questions in that. We will definitely meet once in 15 days or once in a week. Let's see, whenever is possible. Once in a week may not be possible for me given my travel and other engagements, but once in 15 days. But what can be done in that group, you can start sending your questions. And whenever I get time, I will answer in that. So in
Hmm.
that way, at least connection will be there.
Yes.
True, Prabhuji.
And Prabhu, if we have this session at least once a fortnight, it would be really very beneficial. I know you are very busy. It's based on your convenience and ability, of course.
No,
That's all.
I'm not busy, I'm lazy. So
I would say that you are busy, very busy. Yeah.
I will try, definitely I'll
Because
try.
No, but I like your answer, what you have explained about the attachment. Yeah, because I feel like attachment will be there. We can't escape from it. So that is the thing I was just thinking how to follow Bhagavad Gita's Vani, like how it is possible without attachment. That is the thing, yeah.
Yeah.
So you explained it really nicely. So now I understood.
Thank
the
you.
key thing is attachment for perfection, not for obsessions. That's your message, actually, isn't it?
Thank you. So, Rupesh Prabhu, you can add me in the group. And I request all of you, maybe in the group also message can be sent. Whatever questions you have, you may ask either by message or by speaking or whatever. And then I will try to answer all the questions. And then once in fortnight, we will definitely try to meet also like this. Thank you very much. Sorry, we are 10 minutes late. Apologies from my side. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. Srila
Thank you.
Prabhupada.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare